It still stands as a symbol of resistance since apartheid, a sanctuary for activists and a safe haven for protesters.
Devastating Soweto riots and their aftermath have shocked South Africans, black and white,
fleeing from police brutality. In 1976, when Soweto erupted in student protests, the church played a pivotal role in the pushback. The Catholic Archbishop of South Africa's Johannesburg Archdiocese, Buti Tlhagale, was there at the time.
It was like wildfire. When you have protests in one area of Soweto, it will simply break out at other parts, other schools in Soweto. And the police, of course, were everywhere with their shamboks. And so there was a lot of running up and down. Now, but that crystallized when I say people couldn't protest in open air. That crystallized into people moving into churches, and therefore there were specific dates on which people came together to protest, like June the 16th began then, and it became a tradition afterwards for people to gather during that time.
Constance Mdluli, who attends that church to this day, remembers events like it was yesterday.
Amaphoyisa ake afika kungasina prayer group organized umphakathi or organization ethize.
I recall police arrived once during a mass service. We were worshipping and the priest standing right in front of us at the time.
Lapho emasini ke lapho uhleliwe phansi umpriest uphambi kwethu.
The police came in and asked us what we were doing, if we're having a meeting, and everyone jumped up because they would carry guns.
Mayengena, ya. Mabethi ya phela bebengena. Ya, but makele isto. Hetjele vergadering hier. Au, sigqume.
The police would beat up anyone next to them, even the priest. But the priest had to tell them that this was our way of worshipping.
Ngisho umpriest uqobo omunye bake bambamba impela nje bambamba la. Buthi nenzana athi umpriest indlela yethu yokukhonza le.
Today, the Regina Mundi Church remains an important symbol of the country's struggle for democracy. Its walls are adorned with murals depicting scenes from the liberation struggle, and its stained glass windows commemorate the lives of those lost in the struggle for freedom. So during that very dark period in South Africa's history, once the apartheid police had established that there was some political activism taking place here at the Regina Mundi Church, they would come here and raid the surface of this church, not knowing that most of those political meetings were taking place here at the church, but at a basement which is just underneath the altar behind me. The church has also become a popular tourist attraction, with visitors around the world coming to learn about its history and pay their respects to the heroes of the liberation struggle.
It was only one political party, but different parties. They thought a church was a safe haven for them. But later, when the police came to know about it, that's why they used to come and surround this church and tell the students with megaphones to disperse within some few minutes. Well, if they didn't, they started throwing in air, tear gas, canisters, as well as shooting. Now the problem was they did shoot from the outside as well as from inside the church.
The People's Cathedral, as they would call it, still standing in the promotion of social justice and human rights. Chriselda Lewis, SABC News in Soweto.